You know someone like this. He has brilliant ideas, grand dreams, a sparkle in his eyes of someone born for something extraordinary. He talks about incredible projects. He lives on possibilities, but never brings anything to fruition. He always has a ready excuse for each failure. It wasn't the right time. It wasn't the right person. The world hasn't understood me yet. Maybe he is that childhood friend of yours, or a younger brother. Maybe he is your boyfriend. Maybe he is your father. Someone who, despite their age, seems to have stopped in time. An adult who still behaves like a boy, emotionally unstable, averse to commitments, always seeking freedom and fleeing from any real responsibility. And maybe, just maybe, part of you still hopes that he will change. Carl Jung named this psychic pattern Puer Aeternus, the eternal boy. It is the archetype of the man who refuses to grow up, who lives eternally in transition, as if he is always preparing to live, but never actually starting. He enchants with his youthful energy, his creativity, his spontaneous way. But there is a shadow behind this charm, the inability to deal with the demands of the real world. The Puer expects life to conform to his desires, that others will solve for him what he refuses to face. He idealizes the perfect woman, the perfect job, the perfect life, and when reality does not match his fantasies, he flees, he breaks away, he gives up, and returns to the cycle of unfulfilled dreams. He sees himself as too special to submit to the mediocrity of routine, when in fact he is paralyzed by the fear of failing, of being frustrated, of growing up. If you have ever tried to help someone like this, you know how exhausting it is. You get tired of giving advice that goes unheard, of offering support that is wasted, of trying to pull someone who deep down doesn't want to move. And the cruelest part, he makes you feel guilty, as if you were the problem for demanding too much, for wanting him to mature, for not accepting to live in an eternal almost. But the truth needs to be said. This man you know is trapped in a fantasy of freedom that, in practice, is a prison of fear and immaturity. And if he doesn't wake up, he will grow old without ever having truly lived. This video is not an attack. It is a mirror. And if you are watching this far, it's because something inside you recognizes this pattern, perhaps in someone close, perhaps even in yourself. The journey of the Puer Aeternus doesn't have to end in stagnation, but it can only change when the truth is faced head-on. Let's talk about that now. The Puer Aeternus is not just a type of personality. It is a deep archetype, a psychic force that operates in the unconscious of thousands of men and is often confused with charisma, spontaneity, or a free spirit. But behind this light appearance, there is something much more serious, an almost instinctive refusal to grow up. Carl Jung observed this pattern in various patients and myths throughout history. The Puer appears as one who refuses to leave the paradise of childhood, the psychic womb of the mother, where everything is cared for, protected, and resolved. He lives in the shadow of the promise of a glorious tomorrow that never arrives. He is the eternal son of the gods, the chosen one, the special one. But, in practice, he never takes charge of his own life. You have seen this up close. Men who jump from job to job, always seeking something more meaningful, who start projects with enthusiasm but abandon them at the first obstacle, who fall in love intensely but disappear as soon as the relationship demands maturity, who talk about spirituality, self-knowledge, freedom, but cannot pay a bill on time or maintain a commitment for more than a few months. And it is not for lack of intelligence, nor talent. The Puer is often brilliant, sensitive, full of potential. He has a lively connection to creativity, inspiration,